Hello and welcome back to Shakhtar's Glory, episode 44, and we're getting well underway into the Champions League now. Obviously last time out we had Fenerbahce. We managed to record a really good result there just to really put ourselves back in the running in this group. Obviously we lost the first game to Inter Milan, rather disappointing circumstances, but you know, it was the away game. If we can better that at home, and if we can, depending on these two Athletico Madrid games now, which are back to back, we will only probably play one at this episode, and then we'll play the next one, I think, in the next episode. We'll have a look at the schedule in a minute just to see that, but I think that's how it works out. Obviously, like I mentioned today, we're away at Atletico Madrid. They are, I think, top of the table, top of the group. We'll have a look at the group, actually. I'm pretty sure they are second, actually. They drew with Inter Milan in the end. So they're looking to assert some domination in this group as well. They're not doing quite so well in their domestic league this season. Obviously, they won it, I think, last year at a canter, really. They're already sort of 6 points behind Barca and Real Madrid, who have regrouped this season really strongly, honestly. Pellegrini, who I think he was the Man City guy who... No, the Genoa guy. Did he go to Man City or recently to Monaco or something for really big money? He's gone to Barca and wow, he's hit the ground running. He looks a fantastic prospect. We're just going to whack a scouting on him just for the sake of it. In last episode's video, we did, I think I cut a lot of it out because the video was getting a little bit long. We did try and snap up Boubacar, who I've mentioned possibly a few times. On my FM11 save was absolutely ridiculous for my Real Madrid team, and he smashed all the records and everything. And he's left Fiorentina in this game, and he's at Napoli, and he's not transfer listed or anything like that, but he's valued about 11 million, and I bid 13 and they accepted it, but he just doesn't want to come. I've tried bigging him up in the press, I've done all that. Hopefully at the end of the season it might, obviously if we're still playing at the end of the season, the way it's going we possibly will be, because I don't think we're quite as strong this year, but we'll see. You know, we surprised ourselves last year, but hopefully, yeah, he could be a possible signing, which gives us a real boost in the front line. Enough about that. We'll get on to see how we've done since, just kind of getting sidetracked. So since that Fenerbahce game 4-0 win, we've had a 3-1 win against Olympic Donetsk in the league and a 5-1 win against them in the cup. Same lineup for us anyway in both games. Not too much to say really. The league, they're both formalities obviously by the scorelines. The 3-1 in the league, it was a bit twitchy because we were 2-0 up, cruising, and they scored with their first shot. But I think we got a penalty, I think, later on in that game. Let's just have a quick look. Ischenko scored a penalty. I think he scored one in the 5-1 league game as well. He did. He scores them all. He's our centre-back. He's our backup centre-back, and he's got quite a few goals coming to his name already. But yeah, nothing really to report. The draw for the next round of the Cup hasn't been done yet, but like I said, not too fussed about that. We're here for Champions League primarily this season. Another reason I don't think we'll do the two Atletico Madrid games in this one episode, as well as time, is the amount of games in between. I'm probably going to want to edit this video possibly tomorrow, and I'm probably not going to have time still to get 4 games out of the way before we go into that Atletico Madrid game. In terms of squad news, we did get pick up a couple of injuries. There was an international break between the two Donetsk games, obviously both rivalries as well, I didn't mention. Barco got injured. I think he got injured in the first Donetsk League game. He'll be out for a couple of weeks. I think it's 5 or 6 weeks, so he'll miss this game. Romero got injured in the international break. It was his second cap for Argentina and his first goal, and I think he actually got injured scoring the goal. He misses, I think it's 3 to 4 weeks, so he's certainly going to miss this game as well. And just before the game, Malyshev picked up a 1 to 3 day injury. He's back, but I'm not sure if he's going to start. If we have a quick look at the lineup to see who we've gone with, so we've gone pretty much with the only major difference there is Yaremchuk in striker position, and obviously there I've dropped Mateus Fernandes back to the defensive midfielder line with Malinovsky coming into the middle to counter for Malyshev being injured. I don't think I'm even going to put him on the bench. Shevchenko recently got his first, I think it was his first cap. Where's he gone? Second cap. I think there was 2 games. He got his first cap and his second cap, so he's slowly established himself as Ukraine's number 1. I think from Piatov, in fact. So it'd be interesting to see how that develops. So I think that's pretty much all we need to talk about. I mean, I'd expect Inter Milan over 2 games to get 6 points out of Fenerbahce, to be honest. So we need to we need to certainly win our home game. If we can get a draw in this away game, Athletico Madrid got some good signings there actually. I saw Juan Bernat at left back from Bayern Munich, and we'll tell them to do that. The assistant seems to go, and that actually worked quite fast. That's strange because my computer's been running really slow tonight. I've just played the 2 Donetsk games before this game, managed to just catch up, and oh my god, Griezmann scores within 4 minutes, and they've scored against us quicker than they did against Fenerbahce. We know how bad Fenerbahce are. We really need to pick ourselves up here and sort ourselves out. And notice they're playing a 4-4-2. Olympic Donetsk were playing a 4-4-2 in the last game, and they did cause us a little bit of trouble with it. But overall, we had more in the tank against them. But obviously, that was a much inferior team to Athletico Madrid. Although an Athletico Madrid who aren't necessarily in the best form, if we can get just back in the game quite quickly, or not slip too far back, we don't want to let that second goal go in because that would be disastrous. But our highlight seems to end there. Sticking your Mchuk up front was a kind of a throwback to what we did last year as Griezmann fires over. Yeah, what we did last year, we were struggling in the group a little bit, and we just stuck him as a unit up front, and it seemed to work. A lot of the teams didn't seem to like him. We dropped it a little bit in the Griezmann scores again. In the later stages, we went back to sticking Romero up there. Obviously, he's injured today. We've got Vizeu, who's just come back from injury. He did score off the bench in his return, and we may be switching quite soon and maybe thinking about bringing on. We'll get into them at half time, I think, and just give it maybe 10 minutes in the second half for the next leg. Koke's struggling as well, but Gamiro comes on for Griezmann. It's not the worst sub in the world, is it? Let's be honest. So we're gonna take this team talk and we're gonna go aggressive. They're all fired up. That's what I want. So hopefully we can come out. I might look at sticking someone a bit more mobile up front. They've got quite strong centre backs, so maybe a little bit of guile, a little bit of agility, a little bit of pace might be what Boakier gets one back really early on. But yeah, a little bit of agility, a bit of pace, a bit of guile might be what we need to get ourselves at this team. But Yaremchuk does really well there. He beats his man, plays it through to Rodrigo, who just slides it across the box, and you can't give Boakier that much time and space. He is going to score. We've only had 2 shots. I mean, that is disappointing. Now we're on the kind of front foot here. We'll drop Masovsky. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his name at the moment. I'm too focused on what I'm doing. We're going to put him in there. He's going to be an advanced playmaker on support. It seemed to work pretty well last time, and I think we will bring Vizeu on. And they're picking up a lot of yellow cards, which is good to see, but Oya doesn't quite manage to do what he needs to do there. We saw him, I think it was it the Fenerbahce game, just come on and just... Oh, we lose the ball again, and Costa's free here. No, but we pick it back up. Vizeu, can he find a man? We get some runners around him. Boakier's there, but doesn't quite work. Back into Fred, Boakier, Oya, Fernandez, Leo. Can we get something? We're working nicely here. And it's in. I don't know how that's gone in. Is that an own goal? We mentioned Bernat at the start of the game. It looks like it's an own goal. I mean, it was just bouncing around all sorts of places in the box. It looks like the keeper booted it off him, or he booted off the keeper back into his face. I don't really know. Sort of gets cleared. It's rolling towards the goal, and he just seems to boot it over the line. I'm really not sure what's happened there, but we're back in the game. Obviously, we're a bit more... We're on the ascendancy here. We are still on attacking. We are still with the attacking midfielder instead of the defensive midfielder. But I think with the ascendancy we've got here... Oh, but they're through. Oh, we just managed to clear it. 20 minutes to go still. Still a lot can happen in this game. But they are on an awful lot of yellow cards. If we can... That's another one they've just picked up. I mean, if we can maybe antagonise one of their players. I mean, Costa would be the one, but I think he's gone off. He has. Dolberg, didn't even see him on the bench there, has come on. And time is just petering away here. What can we do? We're going to bring Boyachuk. He's just managed to we'll do that. Boyachuk's just managed to get a cap for the Ukraine. So he's in a good bit of form and high morale and that sort of stuff. So he was a good option there, I think. Oh, and that is heartbreaking. 92nd minute. Oh, that's a wicked ball across the box. And, you know, we kept on the front foot trying to push for the win. Would we have perhaps been better served trying to shut up shop? I mean, you invite a team like Atletico Madrid onto you at your peril, so maybe not. I'm certain if I had that many yellow cards in a game, I would have got a red. No doubt in my mind. But it finishes 3-2. That is disappointing. We looked to be on the ascendancy a little bit after we got the equaliser, or once we started getting the chances and getting the goals. But there are a lot of yellows there, so what we've got to hope for this second leg is that Griezmann is injured, and maybe a couple of these yellows work out to be suspensions. But I mean, they brought on Dolberg, they brought on Gamiro. They're not a weak team. They're not weak in options. We've got a couple of league games. Leeds and the Arsenal Kiev I expect to be pretty walkovers, really. Zoya game. Again, it'll probably be a weakened team put out with Atletico Madrid 3 days later in mind. We have to get a win in that home game. No ifs nor buts. I'm assuming Inter won their game. They haven't played yet, so I think we'll cut to that shortly. We'll see how they get on. Inter won 2-0. They did have a red card, so going into that second leg, Yao Mario is going to be suspended, and hopefully he might have a 2-game ban. He'll be suspended for our game. We're going to bounce back. We're going to get some form back going in the league, and we'll be back next time for that. Yeah, that's that home game against Atletico Madrid. Like I say, where we need to win and get ourselves back on course to have any chance really of getting out of the group. So until then, I will see you later.